In the heart of the emerald embrace, where ancient trees touch the sky, there existed a silent ruler. His name echoed in the rustling leaves and sent shivers down the spines of his subjects. Fear, respect, that's what he inspired. He was the Lord of the Night, the nightmare of the jungle, the invincible. His domain stretched from the dense thickets to the watering hole, where zebras and rhinos quenched their thirst under his watchful gaze. Every creature knew of his presence. The monkeys told tales of his prowess from the safety of the tallest branches. The antelopes, they whispered his name in hushed tones as they fled his deadly chase. He was the phantom of the night, a whisper in the wind, a streak of lightning in the dark, the inescapable. For him, the jungle had its own set of rules. Every roar was a declaration, every step a command, every kill a ritual. He lived by the laws of the wild, and those laws were absolute. And yet one day, the unthinkable happened. The invincible was taken, the untouchable felled. The jaguar lay still beneath the cold shade of an ancient fig tree. His breathing, it ceased. His heartbeat, his eyes, they lost their haunting gleam. The jungle's heartbeat, it skipped a beat. The symphony of the wild fell silent. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced around the fallen king, painting a scene both surreal and tragic. Amidst the cacophony of the jungle, a new sound emerged, a sound devoid of fear, a sound resonant with respect. Amidst the lush greenery, a splash of color emerged. A peacock, his feathers, a vibrant tapestry of sapphire and emerald, shimmered in the fading light. He danced. Not a jig of joy, not a war, dance of victory, but a dance of reverence. A tribute to the fallen king. He danced on the grave of the jaguar, the very spot where the mighty hunter breathed his last. The peacock wasn't merely dancing, he was narrating the saga of the jaguar, his rise, his reign, and now his fall. Every step resonated with the echoes of the jaguar's legacy. Each turn, a tribute to the fallen monarch. The jungle watched, stunned into stillness. Creatures big and small, predators and prey, all bore silent witness to this unusual spectacle. The elephants, they swayed their heads in solemn acknowledgement. The lions, they lowered their proud gaze in respect. Even the mischievous monkeys, they sat hushed, their playful chatter silenced. This wasn't just a dance. It was a ritual of respect, a final bow to a departed ruler. The peacock, he wasn't mocking, he wasn't gloating, he was honoring. He was paying homage to the one who had ruled their shared home with an iron paw. Time, the relentless sculptor, chiseled away at the memories of the jaguar. The gaping wound of his absence healed, yet the tale of his valor remained. The peacock's dance, it echoed through the ages, whispered in the rustle of leaves, carried on the wings of the wind. Generations of animals grew up hearing his stories, each one adding another layer to the legend. The young ones, they listened, wide-eyed, as the elders spun yarns of the fearless predator. And when the moon bathed the jungle in its silvery glow, they would look up at the stars, tracing shapes in the cosmos that reminded them of their ancestors. Each creature, in its own way, paid tribute to the jaguar, the mighty hunter, the king beneath the canopy. Yet none did so with the same panache, the same flair as the peacock. His dance, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the jungle, where life and death intertwined in an eternal cycle. The question arises, why did the peacock dance on the jaguar's grave? What compelled him to pay homage to his sworn enemy in such a unique manner? To understand the peacock's actions, we must delve deeper into the psyche of the jungle, into the very essence of their existence. In the heart of the primeval woods, where sunlight dripped through the leaves and emerald streams, there existed an unspoken code. A code, unwritten, yet deeply ingrained, binding every living soul that called the jungle home. It was a code of respect, of understanding, a recognition of the delicate balance that held their world together. Each creature, no matter how small or mighty, played a part in this grand design. Their interactions, though often governed by the primal laws of survival, were also marked by a strange sort of camaraderie. They understood each other's ways, respected each other's strengths, and even mourned each other's losses, or at least they did when it was mutual. Yet no two relationships were more fraught with tension, more steeped in tradition than that between the jaguar and the peacock. These two magnificent creatures, so different, so seemingly opposed, were bound by an ancient rivalry. The jaguar, the epitome of raw power, and the peacock, personifying vibrant beauty, were natural adversaries in the theater of the wild. They inhabited different realms, the jaguar in the shadows, the peacock in the sunlit glades. Their encounters were rare, their interactions tense, but theirs was not a battle of animosity, not a feud born of hatred. It was a clash of existence, a conflict as old as time itself, where only one could truly triumph. For the jaguar, the peacock was an annoyance, a flash of color in his monochrome world, a distraction amidst his deadly pursuits. On the other hand, for the peacock, the jaguar represented danger, a lurking threat in the green expanse, a constant reminder of mortality. Yet this age-old rivalry was not without its nuances, its complexities. For the peacock, the jaguar was more than just a predator. He was a force of nature, a symbol of the untamed wild, And perhaps in that untamed wildness, the peacock saw a reflection of his own kind, a kindred spirit in the most unlikely of places. When the jaguar died, it wasn't just the death of a predator, it was the passing of an era, a dimming of the wild's flame. In that moment, the peacock saw not an enemy, but a fallen comrade, a fellow warrior, who had fought and lived by the law of the jungle. And so, when the jaguar's spirit departed, taking with it the echoes of countless hunts and the whispers of ages past, the peacock danced. He danced not to mock the fallen king, but to celebrate a life well lived. A life lived on the edge of the razor, where every breath was a gamble and every step a test of will. He danced to honor the jaguar, to pay tribute to the silent hunter, who had ruled their shared domain with an unyielding spirit. As the night deepened and the stars wheeled across the velvet sky, the jungle was transformed. The cacophony of the day gave way to the hushed murmurs of the nocturnal world. The rustle of leaves became a whispered secret, the chirping of crickets a lullaby for the sleeping world. In this symphony of the night, the peacock's dance resonated with a haunting beauty. It was a melancholic ode to the fallen king, a farewell to a way of life that was disappearing, replaced by the creeping tendrils of change. The jungle watched, entranced, as the peacock wove his tale of valor and might, of battles fought and won, of a legacy that would echo through the ages. With every graceful step, he painted a portrait of the jaguar, the fierce hunter, the stoic guardian of their world. The dance went on, hour after hour, until the first faint streaks of dawn touched the horizon. As the night yielded to day, the peacock's dance came to an end. He had danced not for glory, not for adulation, but as a final act of respect, a last salute to a fallen comrade. And when he finished, he did not linger. He did not seek applause or recognition. Instead, he melted into the morning mist, becoming one with the dukest grass, his vibrant hues a fleeting memory against the canvas of the rising sun. With the disappearance of the jaguar, a void had been created in the heart of the jungle. The once impenetrable eastern flank was now vulnerable, exposed to the winds of change. The death of the mighty hunter had sent tremors through their world, shaking the foundations of their existence. In the aftermath, the jungle was thrown into turmoil, each creature grappling with the implications of this monumental loss. The prey animals huddled closer, seeking solace in numbers, their innocence tinged with fear. The predators, they tensed, ready to fill the void, their eyes gleaming with ambition. And amidst this upheaval, the peacock's dance stood out as a beacon of unity, a moment of shared grief and respect that transcended their differences, reminding them of what they had lost, of the balance that had been broken. The jaguar's passing was a stark reminder of the impermanence of their existence, a sobering realization that even the mightiest could fall. The peacock's dance acknowledged this truth, honoring the fallen king while simultaneously marking the beginning of a new era. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the jungle slowly began to heal. The wounds of loss were not erased, but they were softened by the passage of time. New life sprang forth, vibrant and resilient, mirroring the tenacious spirit of the wild. The peacock's dance, though it remained etched in their collective memory, a poignant symbol of unity, respect, and the bittersweet acceptance of life's cycles. It served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, even in the face of overwhelming loss, there was beauty to be found. A beauty born of resilience, hope, and the indomitable spirit of the wild. The story of the peacock that danced on the grave of the jaguar echoed through the ages, whispered in the rustling leaves, carried on the wings of the wind. It became a parable, a lesson in understanding, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the jungle. Long after the last vestiges of the jaguar's reign had faded into myth, the peacock's dance remained, a beacon of unity, a celebration of life and death, and a tribute to the eternal rhythm of the wild.